The Super Mario movie is finally out, and personally, I loved it. However, a lot of fans had one big issue with the film. Why on earth is Mario American? When the film announcement was first dropped in September 2022, it initially threw a lot of people off, seeing Mario cast as Chris Pratt. It was a huge meme for a while, and the film did just seem like it was going to be one of those, hey, let's cast the biggest name, rather than who's going to be the best voice actor for Mario. I mean, the original voice of Mario is quite literally in this film, so why didn't they just use him in the first place? Well, before we talk about the lore, let's discuss the boring answer. The main demographic for the film is going to be America. I mean, in the first weekend, it generated $200 million, and that's just in the US. So in filmmaking fashion, it just made sense for the main character to have an American accent, like the primary audience. Regardless from the accent, though, the voice was going to have to be redesigned. I mean, the only Mario voice that we previously knew consisted of the same voice lines, same vibe, the same energetic, "Here we go! Yahoo!" Now, this was set to be a full film with varying different emotions, so one way or another, the voice was going to sound completely different anyway. So it just made sense to change Mario's original accent to the main audience accent. Well, that is if Mario was canonically from Italy, which he's not. He's from Brooklyn. Like New York, Brooklyn. I don't just mean they decided that for this film. Since 1989. But before we discuss that, why did they choose New York originally? Well, in case you didn't know, there is actually quite a large Italian presence in New York. It dates back to the late 1800s and early 1900s period. Now, I'm going to try and explain this without getting into too much history and politics, because that's a whole scary topic. But to sum it up, in the early 1800s, Italy was very much separated by states. And over many revolutions and movements, by 1871, Italy was a unified kingdom. And due to this, the north of Italy developed significantly more than the south. And it created huge poverty in the south and a huge wealth divide. And obviously, a lot of people wanted to get out because of that. So between 1880 and 1914, over 4 million Italians immigrated to the US. They took a long boat journey, and when they came in, the majority of people ended up docking in Ellis Islands in New York. Ellis Islands actually housed one of the busiest immigration processing centers in the whole of America. Once people got through there, they were free to go wherever they were in America. But obviously, a lot of people just stayed in New York. And this is where it ties back into Mario lore. Where on earth did they actually canonically make him from New York? Well, as I said earlier, it goes back to 1989, from the original Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Funnily enough, the show actually wasn't made by Nintendo, so it is kind of crazy that it's determined the story of the brothers. But a license was acquired by DIC Entertainment, who, to be fair, are the ones to do it. They were really one of the big dogs at the time for making animated TV series. I mean, they made Sonic, Sailor Moon, Care Bears, Dennis the Menace, Inspector Gadget. They had quite the portfolio going. Pretty much, they're great at what they do. The show follows, obviously, the Mario brothers, and would start with the live-action pair as their job as plumbers in the city of New York. They would have celebrity guest appearances, and things didn't tend to really go their way. Kind of like their first plumbing job in the film. Speaking about the film, you know the Mario rap that they did in that advert? Yeah, that was actually the original intro to this show. This live-action segment of the brothers was split into two parts, at the start of the episode and the end of the episode. And all in the middle was the animated show. Mario and Luigi were in the Mushroom Kingdom, and they were teamed with Princess Peach to take on some of the issues that happened there. Honestly, looking through the episodes, there is literally zero correlation between both parts of the story, and the themes of both parts didn't really make much sense anyway. But hey, the show wasn't the most normal thing in the world.
I want my feet licked.
Honestly, this whole show is a fever dream. I was born in 2002, so I completely missed this era on TV. But I bet there's a decent amount of people watching this that did see this show. Let me know if you did. I have seen clips of this before on stuff like TikTok, but I honestly thought it was a parody show. But nope, it was definitely real. Something that I found quite funny, actually, is I showed my Twitch chat some clips of this show, and a lot of people in the chat said that they thought they made this show up in their head. They watched it as a kid, but they thought it was too unhinged to be a real thing. And to be honest, can you blame them? But yeah, that's the reason why the Mario brothers both have American accents. So I hope you enjoyed this little history lesson and Mario lore lesson. And who knows, maybe you found a new TV show. Whilst you're finding stuff, you should find that subscribe button too. I'd greatly appreciate it. You might even think you're subscribed, but you're not. Most people that watch my videos aren't even subscribed. So feel free to give it a check. Also, if you want to learn some more of the details of the history parts of this video, I'll link some videos in the description. It's actually really fun learning about all this stuff. But that's all for me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you later. Bye!